we're about a week late on watching this, but we tried to watch it on stream last week, and then we had a very long debate, and that took a long time to get through. So we didn't really get to watch this. But here's like a quick overview on my take of Destiny. So Destiny has found himself embroiled in a another drama associated with his proclivities, the fact that he constantly goons, and the fact that his gooning might have resulted in leaking the personal videos of his close friends against their consent, is what the allegation is. Now, I am willing to give grace where grace is, warranted, and I'm willing to give room for people to be genuinely remorseful and shit like that, for people who are implicated in this, who are in a pretty rough position to have some leeway in their actions. Dan, for example, or Erudite, for example. I feel like there was a third person, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm willing to give leeway to them and their actions because of the implication of Erudite's continued existence, as a content creator. Her entire career was tied to Destiny, and her citizenship in the United States was contingent on her business being in the United States. So that kind of sucks. But anyways, Dan's a ride or die for Destiny, right? And I can even conceivably give grace to Destiny depending on his reactions to things, right? Which is why we're going to watch this. Up to this point, his reactions to things have been very lackluster for me. I do not like what his reactions and the things that he has said in his chat have been, blah, 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 blah. It's just not been the best of responses, kind of, accusing them of just being, being extorting and shit like that, and there being a mass coordinative thing going on. So we'll have to see what his response is here. Let's see.
Pixie created a Substack post, which you can see here.
I'm at the point of not caring about this. Whatever happens, I'll watch him while I can. Wait, what do you mean while you can? You think I don't think he's going anywhere because of this, unless he decides to quit himself, but I don't think he's going to. He's set for life. He doesn't have to get a different job, right? But yeah, I think that, if you want to watch Destiny, I don't really care, right? I don't know if I'm gonna watch him or if I'm going to, boycott him forever. I genuinely don't know. It does depend on what's in this video and what happens going forward. Legit, I just don't know. I'm willing to give people grace where it's deserved, and where it's not deserved, I won't give grace. I don't know if he can stream in jail. Okay, I don't think Destiny's going to jail. Who said that Destiny is going to jail? Isn't this a civil matter? Or are we talking about the cherry thing? Because I haven't heard any movement on that whatsoever. I haven't heard her say anything about it. I haven't heard JSTOK say anything about it. I do know that Desi has been kind of crashing out and saying that he wants to find JSTOK's or JSTLK, however, whatever his name is, wanting to find his docs. I think that's kind of crazy. I understand him being really upset about everything, but Jesus. Jesus Christ. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that. You'll be surprised. Yeah, but people have been saying Destiny should be going to jail for a multitude of reasons for forever. I doubt Destiny is going to jail. I would doubt that this lawsuit is even going to go past where I think that they're probably going to settle out of court. But the legality of things doesn't really matter to me. It's what the action was, right? And whether I don't think that you can get around the fact that Destiny sent videos of Pixie to someone without her knowledge. The video was taken with her consent. The video was sent without her consent. And now it's out there. So they think the Pixie thing is civil. It's not criminal. So it can't land him in jail. Unless my understanding of like civil litigation versus criminal litigation is completely just like way out of whack. Has turned into the Destiny 24/7 channel. Yeah, but wasn't he always the Destiny 24/7 channel? I don't know. People have this like view of JSTKL like he's a like super disingenuous person. I think that he is like way too genuine about the things that he says and believes. So I just don't think that it's, yeah. I'm of the mind that Destiny's entire purpose for this statement is to give Pixie pause and make her more likely to settle. Well, we'll see. I have not watched the video. We're trying to watch it.
Relating to this incident, if for no other reason than to dispel at least the worst assumptions that some people have made about me, even within my own.
I mean, he's the one who started calling Destiny an evil, so I don't believe he's genuine. I think that that's just him trying to get under Destiny's skin. I think that he would admit that. Unless there's an accusation of Destiny raping. Is there an accusation of Destiny raping? Like an actual accusation, not people just saying that Destiny because they don't like him? Because I genuinely, I don't know.
Really, either if it's me or not, basically. Pixie messaged me and informed me that she didn't want confirmation of her in any part of the material.
There's a clip of him saying he's covering Destiny for the money. Link it. Listen, I'm not JSTKL's friend, okay? I don't even know if we've talked. I feel like maybe we have. Maybe we've exchanged DMs on some platform. I'm not even sure about that. But I have a generally positive view of JSTKL. But I mean, like, listen, if it gets to the point where someone who I have a absolute good opinion of, like, I respect the out of toAhrelevant. If toAhrelevant is at the point where he's like, dude, I can't defend this shit. Like, this shit's actually crazy. I don't think that there's a lot of, fuck, I totally lost my train of thought because of the edible. Sorry, dude. What was I saying? Like, yeah, if toAhrelevant's at the point where he's saying, I'm completely done with this dude, then like, it's probably pretty bad. You know, I think that Relly is probably one of the like people with the strongest convictions in the space. That's not a total cuck to, public opinion. And he'll say it like he sees it. I think that if you lose that person, you probably f***ed up really bad. Another thing that is such a massive, massive, massive knock on Destiny here is just the fact that it's some random girl that he never met. He never met this person in real life. And he was trusting this person with intimate images, not only of himself, but of other people. It's that right there calls into question his IQ, dude. Like he chases down goon material like he's a crack addict looking for a new pipe. Found the clip since YouTube chatters can't post links. Of what? I also hate it when men take advantage of naive young women for their and financial gain. This was, oh my God, today is March 1st. Jesus. 2 days ago. Or when they admit to focusing on their pain and abuse for profit as well. I just want you to know that I'm covering Destiny content because that's where the money is. Why is this?
You're profiting off your friends.
Is that non-fun?
I think she doesn't appreciate somebody being on her side.
That was my response to you saying I was throwing it in her face. But I just want you to know that I'm covering Destiny content because that is where the money is. Because this guy is a massive YouTuber, massive debater.
That's fine. You're profiting off your friend's abuse, and that's fine.
Oh, was she now? Did Destiny her? Destiny's quote Darius IRL. Destiny's.
You're profiting off your profit. Quote JSTKL.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't believe. Oh my God. Spit it out.
Quote Darius IRL. Destiny's.
You're profiting off your profit. Quote JSTKL.
Are you good?
Profiting off Cherry's misery, Pixie's misery. I will be donating. JSTKL surely will be donating all these funds he's making off these.
What do you think? Hold on. What do you think? Hold on. I want Prances to pull up another.
I mean, they are fundamentally trying to act like.
No, we're okay. We're good.
Case.
You've already.
They are treating this like this is some severe.
I think we're good on it. We've already figured it out. You're doing this for money. We've already figured it out.
I think she.
I'd love to hear what he said after that. Call me regarded, but I'll never understand why people's personal drama is entertaining to me and everyone else, because it's not you. Because it's other people's drama, not your own. If it was your drama, it wouldn't be fun, right? Then it would just be drama. I mean, it'd be crazy. I mean, sending a child their parents is not just crazy. It's like nigh on evil. It's like some actually deranged shit. Okay, like I don't think that there's a single way to get by that one. That's just like crazy, like evil.
Agree to without the law involved. I don't have a dollar amount from the top of my head. It just has to be enough that for the rest of his life, if he thinks of the word, he associates it with the amount.
That is the most base line of the entire thing. If I'm completely honest, that is the most base line of the entire drama. Like, yeah, he needs to have a dollar amount associated with this shit because he ain't changing himself. Okay, he ain't changing himself. But yeah, he's not changing himself. He's every single major drama that's come out of that, like him or his community, and like every single major piece of personal drama that's come out of is all about. Maybe there's a common theme here that like your life is made worse because of your life. Maybe at a certain point it's time to recognize that. Maybe at a certain point, it's time for some of his friends to tell him that. That's the line being used for the extortion argument. I'm not making any legal claim whatsoever. I don't know the law, and I will never pretend to know the law. I got you just explain how some see it. Yeah. Like, it might legally be extortion, but like, just like from where I'm sitting, man, if I had something, and you know what, there is something. Well, I guess it's like that's more of like a mental thing. Like my ADHD is like the most consistent thing that like things up in my life, whether it's planning for something that's like really important in my personal life or in a professional setting or, you know, school or anything like that. That's the consistent thing. So I make changes to my life, or at least attempt to change my issues there, right? But I have to first recognize that there is a problem, right? And I recognize that there's a problem with my ability to concentrate. There's a difficulty for me initiating tasks, for instance. And I have to recognize that, and I have to change my behavior. I have to adjust my behavior accordingly because there is something going on inside my brain where I don't get enough dopamine or serotonin or whatever from doing regular tasks. So I have to force myself to do shit. Destiny, I'm sorry, like people keep on, he gets mad about the whole addict thing. People who are, you know, anti-Destiny people get mad when you talk about Destiny being a addict because it takes away from his actions. I don't think it does. If there's something fucking wrong with you, if you gotta recognize it, right? And he doesn't recognize it, and that's the problem. The fact that there's not a change in the pattern of behavior, except for to say like, oh, well, now I'm on Vyvanse, so I don't really engage in that shit anymore, and I don't want to deal with these people anymore. He was saying after all this shit was leaked on January 9th, he was back to gooning with some random girl, and she leaked those logs of him saying, yeah, well, these things are already leaked, so, and then he sent the of Pixie to her. It's punish yourself. Self-flagellate. Change your behavior. It's I don't get not changing your behavior, not prostrate yourself, just change your behavior, right? Change your behavior and this shit wouldn't happen, right? Like at this point, you kind of do got to prostrate yourself. Like I don't want Destiny to go down, right? I enjoy his content. I think he's a funny dude. I think he's a smart dude. I agree with his politics, yada, yada, yada. I don't want Destiny to go down, all right? Very much the opposite. But the is like doing shit where like the entire foundation of his career is like built on trust of being honest and being, you know, like he even like called himself like the king of consent because he understands consent and nobody else does. And then this shit happens. And how are we supposed to take him seriously after that? Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go up? Oh, I guess I'm going down. Like legally, it's not Sunday is a moron for ever introducing this. The reality is Pixie has the right to negotiate a settlement outside of court. True. So long as the consequence for failing to achieve an agreement is limited to then we'll go to court, it is not extortion. Well, I don't know what anyone else's arguments on like in that vein have been, but yeah, like again, like the reason that this is frustrating is that like I would have vouched for the dude for like so many things, or at least understood where he was coming from, but on this one I can't, you know. And through all of like the online dramas where like people get called Destiny dick riders or you're DGG or like you're like I'm just like kind of calling it as I see it, and in this case I don't think that Destiny's I don't think he's a bad dude. In this one I do, right? And talk to someone who talked to a lawyer, that's funny. But yeah, like it's just like sorry, I'm high as I'm lost my train of thought there. I think the primary reason Destiny is upset with it is because YouTube lawyers and others have been armchair psychoanalyzing him. I would say probably Destiny is upset because his like career is going up in flames in real time. That's probably like the biggest problem that Destiny has with all of this. I think that he's used to people psychoanalyzing him. Right? Sorry, that sounded super unbelievably condescending with my tone of voice. I don't mean it for it to seem that way. That's just how I talk when I'm high. Sorry. I get really but yeah, like that's probably the reason that he's like super upset about all this. Oh shit. I'm so glad that I just saw that because I forgot about those guys. The frustrating thing is like the whole thing about like Desi's content that was fun to consume is like you probably are going to know where Destiny is going to land on any given topic because he's like fairly consistent on things, you know. He talks about like relationship stuff that's pretty like interesting for until it got like super old and then it wasn't so interesting. But like we got to hear like a bunch of like interesting takes on that, and I like generally agreed with the things that he was saying there, you know. And then like he just like goes and like does the exact opposite in his everyday life. Hello? You're never escaping the sweeper allegations unless you call them there are people that are like way more like that. I mean, like I can even respect their opinion on it, but like the Eli B girl on Twitter that's like been going absolutely bonkers hard on Destiny. Like, I feel like she'll go after people for sweeping, and she hasn't gone after me. I think that we have a pretty decent take here, even if I'm not going like absolutely buck wild hard on Destiny. Like, I think that just being realistic about how bad it is important, you know? Humegalol? I don't know. She's been beefing with every DGG or in the universe, okay? It's been a wild ride reading all of that shit.
Leaguer, and now I was facing a decision about whether or not I needed to fork over some huge sum of money to prevent...
Figure? Okay, hold on. When he says 5-figure, what does that mean? Does that mean 10K or does that mean like 80,000? You know, I'm curious on that one. How much can? What kind of lawyer are we talking about going after Kiwi Farms, dude? Wait, hold on. I'm about to have to fight for my life, I think. Yep. Okay. Available information. Got you. I mean, sticking to facts, they're discrediting themselves. The more outlandish statements people make instead of sticking to the available information, they're discrediting themselves. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like based off of the available information, like, there's enough there to, like, heavily indict Destiny for his behavior, right? But, like, the level that some people are going is a little bit crazy for me. It is crazy that people are trying to like rehabilitate Lab over this shit. I'm sorry. There's like literally nothing that will ever rehabilitate that crazy woman in my eyes. She's like actually like evil. I do not think that there's anything that could change my mind on that. That like she's wacko. And Kelly Jean. I don't hate Kelly Jean as much as Lav. Like, I talk about these people like I know them. But like, just listening to them talk. I've talked to Lav a couple of times. But Kelly Jean I've never actually like spoken to. But yeah, just like the things that have gone on in the communities, you know, that I'm a part of as well. Damn. Insufferable.
But just him to on it. If you're around, shoot me a message. Are you aware of what's going on with Destiny? Jessica reached out to quite a few people, we'll say. People ever
I did hear Gisticle, is that how you're actually supposed to pronounce it? I thought it was JSTOK, but whatever. I heard JSTOK's explanation of that, and if I remember correctly, I'm gonna have to think about like exactly how he explained it, but the explanation I thought was actually okay. Like actually okay. Essentially, like he reached out to people that he actually knew, not just like random people like Mr. Girl did, but like people that he actually knew, that he was actually concerned about, and he didn't, you know, bring up exactly what he was talking about immediately, right? Like he wasn't trying to. Let's see what he just said. Yeah. Are you aware of what's going on with Destiny? Like he wasn't like trying to like immediately like assault them with it or anything. I thought that his explanation was fine.
I don't know. He talks weird. Reason being is that everybody at the moment, I think, just feels weirdly one of the few in trust at the moment. I'm so.
You know what? One thing that I'm so glad that I'm an adult now and not part of that shit anymore. Okay, is the like I believe that JSTOK is one of the only people that's in trust at the moment. Like, who can we trust? Who can we not trust with this information? I am so glad that I'm not a part of that shit anymore. Holy shit! I'm almost 30 years old, guys. I know I'm ancient, and just the thought of like doing the behind the scenes scheming bullshit like that shit. Like what was going on in like 2022, 2023, 2021, you know, like all of that shit, the Twitch Illuminati bullshit that was going on was in retrospect, no, even at the time, it was a little cringe, but like in retrospect, holy shit. When the stakes are like way more in perspective now, as I grow older, I'm not on the internet. Dude, holy shit. I am so embarrassed, not just for myself. I have secondary embarrassment for everyone in the space at the time. All right. And like doubly so for the people that were older than me. Okay. Anyone that was older than, like, how old was I in 2020? I was 25. So anyone older than 25, that was probably even too old. All right. But holy shit, the gay ops behind the scenes. Yeah. The Twitch KGB, that shit was gay. That shit was ridiculous. And I cannot imagine like being older than I was back then and then like being like that. You were a trusted source, Sondsol? Unironically, I was. I was in the background on some stupid gay ops bullshit because it all seemed so important and it's not important. Damn. No one. There were no adults. Even the 40-year-old freaks like James from the internet. They were all doing that shit. Okay, there were no adults in the room. Jesus Christ. Anyways, the original deep state. Yeah. Where is the original deep state? The only deep state. There is no real deep state, because if it was, then Donald Trump wouldn't be raping my country right now. But anyways, we should watch the video.
On in the background between her and Pixie. At least, and seeing Aaron and President Sunday talking and scheming so much made me wonder what everyone's ultimate goal was.
Again, I'll just reiterate, just for, you know, I've been shitting on Destiny for a minute. Time to shit on someone else. That's right. Suit Zoom. Wow. Yeah, the reason that President Sunday went forward with everything, the reason that happened was because President Sunday is incredibly selfish. He would rather like risk the possibility of Pixie actually killing herself. That was a risk that he was willing to take, so that he could get Destiny taken down, which is crazy to me. The total lack of consideration for Pixie from Sunday and or actually, you know what? No, I can't even say that. The total lack of consideration, because they did consider it and they just chose to do it anyways. They very, very thoughtfully talked all this out, and then they still went ahead with it despite all the risks that they themselves recognized, him and Beckett. I'm a little bit more sympathetic to Beckett because I don't think that he's a total scumbag. I think that he at least has, like, you know, some principles, and he admits to some here. Sunday, I think it was just like, I want to take down Destiny at any cost possible, which, like, congratulations on it. You did it, you little rascal. And like, it's good that he's exposed, right? Don't disagree with that. The utilitarian calculus was off there. Okay. The utilitarian calculus of, should we release this at the possibility of a Pixie suicide? Yeah, there should have been way more consideration for that than was actually given.
Dude, there's nothing she can do about randos on Twitter, but as far as communities that are close to her, it's pretty much a blacklisted topic. She's driving herself crazy because she's clearly name searching herself and just going through kiwi farms. Queeman watched the video, and even most of his gay little chat was like, okay, even I didn't know Pixie was involved. What the f?
Yeah, that's one thing. I think that there's so many, man, I think 2025 is just the year of unforced errors. You know what? No, the past 5 years has just been this is the decade of unforced errors. All right. Like, unforced errors in, like, around the world in politics, unforced errors when it comes to, like, this situation. We're just like an unforced error decade. Okay. And the unforced error from Destiny was being a gooner. The unforced error from Pixie was like she probably like could have gotten some kind of settlement out of Destiny, and it probably would have been way quieter if she like hadn't like done all like gone the legal route. That's not to like blame her for going the legal route. Like she could have quietly done it, but like she didn't. And like I hope that it doesn't, actually affect her future employment. Because again, we're on Pixie side here until given a reason to not be on Pixie side. We're on Pixie side here. But just like in hindsight, is 2020, it probably would have been better just to like quietly do the whole lawsuit shit if he wouldn't, self punish or whatever But yeah, I don't think that Pixie was doing it out of like spite. I think that she genuinely was hurt, and fuck, I forgot why I was like on this in the first place. Oh, we can't listen to the video yet because this part's hard as
I don't know. I'm going to talk to my lawyer first, send a demand letter, and based on his response to said demand letter, release it. I originally wanted to do it by next week, but it seems unlikely. This was on January 8th.
And you were still sending gooning pictures of her specifically to people like on January 9th. Or do I have that wrong? He was just sending videos of other random girls out there that were already leaked on Kiwi Farms. On the day after this, like the day that this is being said matters, when he's also doing the exact thing that she's filing the lawsuit about is still going on behind the scenes on Destiny's end. He's still doing the thing. He's still gooning with other people using previous conquests. She was planning on doing this as far back as January 8th. Yeah, because of the like exact issue that she's having is like still actively going on, as evidenced by the fact that there were more leaks of you doing this the next day with another girl. Which is crazy. That's crazy, dude.
In writing, confirmation that she was indeed seeking a payout of at least $1 million in order to prevent her from going public. These were messages Kylo and Pixie exchanged on December 18th. Kylo was telling Pixie that she would talk to Steven.
And don't you wish you paid it, though? At the end of the day, don't you wish you paid it? Don't you think that probably would have been better than all of this? Yeah, he should have taken the payout, right? He should have paid for like whatever the fuck she wanted. Like he's probably kicking himself in the balls right now because he wishes he paid $1 million rather than have all this reputational and career damage. Like, and it probably would have been the right thing to do because he leaked her to a random Discord kitten because he wanted to goon with her. Pay up. It's better for you. Jesus. Maybe it like the image of Destiny's wealth is like massively skewed, but like I thought that this was like absolutely loaded. I thought that his kick deal was like a couple of $1 million. Am I wrong on that? Was I wrong for assuming that? Because that was my understanding, was that it was a couple mil. Like $10 million.
One, as Pixie writes in her Substack. In my world, it's generally just fun to see someone you're speaking with engaging in acts when the idea of making...
In my world, we sin. In my world, we don't just have... We... What the is going on? In my world, what? Wait, what the is this guy saying? Oh my God, hold on. That was the weirdest way to start that sentence off. I'm getting some water, dude. What the is it the streamer world? Is it the addict world? Is it the I'm a very rich dude who can Discord kitten world? What world? It's just a crazy way to start off that sentence. Is it like the the swinger world or like the casual world? Explain to me, dude, because that's a crazy way to start off that sentence, dude.
I took some videos of the guy I can send you later if you're interested. Also, okay, I'll send you when I get them. This is just basically her talking about sending me videos
Wait, hold
of
on,
her.
no, the words matter. Wait, hold on. I took some videos with the guy I can send you later if you're interested. Also, ooh, what? Yes. Oh, okay, I'll send them to you when I get them. I'm open to anything you want to send me. You know I'm a super curious person. I think he's asleep, so you might have to wait for vids until tomorrow. R.I.P.
Videos of the guy I can send you later if you're interested. Also,
we're just talking about where to send it. I'm trying to see if she said he said that I could send this because that would matter.
talking about sending me videos of her with other people on Instagram where she DMs this to me. Share these videos with me. I have no way of contacting them today to find out if she did. All this to say, consent was being reasonably understood by both sides of the situation.
I'm not sure. Let me think about this. Consent was what?
All this to say, consent was being reasonably understood by both sides of the situation.
Consent was being reasonably understood by both sides of this situation. I'm not sure. Here's my thing. Again, I've heard this a million times, right? Every single time Destiny talks about consent, he talks about how much consent he gets. He gets explicit consent. He gets written consent. He asks them weeks in advance, days in advance, are we still on for this? Is everything still cool with this? Do you want to do this when we get together? I don't spring anything on people that they didn't, he talks about the weird negotiations that he does, all right, that I personally think are crazy, right? But he's the one that says he does those things. And now we're talking about implied consent. I don't know, man. I don't know. The implied consent thing, I'm like 70-30 on it being bad. 80-20. I gotta think about that one. That's weird, though. I don't know.
Back to the Substack. Pixie DM'd me first, I believe after we'd had a debate on some Twitch panel on October 23rd, 2019. She told me multiple
90-10, okay? 90-10. You're king consent. You're the one that talks about getting explicit consent all the time. Whenever you talk about relationships and casual and all your hookups and your poly lifestyle, blah, 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 blah. What the dude? You can't sit here and say now we're doing implied consent when that was exactly the opposite thing that you said to do, or maybe I bet you there is some clips of him talking about implied consent because he talks about how unreasonable it is to do the shit that he does, but the shit that he does is abnormal, and he says that all the time. He has to do that because it's better for everyone involved to get the explicit consent, make sure everybody's comfortable. He's the one that says that he does that, and now we're doing the implied consent meme. Make it make sense. This is the solution to our consent problem. I wish, I need to get into South Park, maybe. There's some funny shit in there.
She also makes it explicitly clear that her goal is to simply inflict as much damage onto me as possible. Also, the wording of her Substack tweet heavily...
at this point, now we're going scorched earth. Wait, hold on. What he just talked about something that happened before, or what? Because, now we're at scorched earth. Yeah, now she does want to do damage to you. Now you guys are fighting. You guys are in legal warfare. Yeah, no shit, she wants to harm you, motherfucker.
Of her friend. Well,
my mouse is too close to my keyboard.
Be careful. Stay safe.
All right, we're good. All right, not gonna lie, folks, there wasn't anything in that video that changed my mind, literally whatsoever. Again, there's room for redemption. There's probably a much better statement that he could put out. that wasn't the response that I was hoping for. I was hoping for something that would like actually, show some contrition or some shit like that. But I guess he's not going to do that. So it's probably going to be a long time before anyone could reasonably recommend him for anything to do with any kind of relationship advice at the very least. So, like when it comes to anything involving consent, where it's going to be really hard to recommend Destiny to anybody. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think that like he should be depersoned or anything. I don't think that like his sins against humanity have been that severe, but yeah, it's like an incredibly disappointing, outro for someone that had such a if not good reputation, then at least strong reputation online, and all the stuff that he was gonna do that was like really good is kind of out the window now because of the insatiable desire to goon. So yeah, it's both sad and incredibly infuriating. The lack of contrition, the like kind of trying to like flip the tables on Pixie there at some points. I don't think that literally anything in that it like changed. Like there's like just nothing in that entire video that changed my mind whatsoever. Maybe I'm high and I just like don't recognize the good points that he was making. But like the strongest thing that he had in there was the fact that Pixie also sent him videos back in the day, which doesn't absolve him since his entire thing was always getting enthusiastic written consent because he's an influencer and like he has so much to lose if people, whatever. So yeah. Don't feel like it was a lot. Even his gooning is over. His gooning isn't over. So you Google the name and an article pops up that's saying, well, he's in a committed relationship. The girl's still with him, which I'm not saying that like people are like going after his girlfriend over this, and I think that's crazy, right? Like leave his kid, leave his girlfriend out of it. Like they can deal with that behind the scenes. That's just super weird to me. Anyways. This is a dead horse. It's milked dry. I mean, I needed something that wasn't directly politics to go over, dude. Otherwise, I was going to wash my mouth out with a 12 gauge on stream. Oh, yeah. Don't forget. Like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube. That's very important. Use your Amazon Primes and shit, I don't know. Okay, bye.